While I've never been a huge dinosaur nut, I really enjoyed the 1993 Jurassic Park film. And I particularly enjoyed the way the vehicles were designed, the 1993 Jeep and Ford Explorer. And the Legacy Collection from Mattel has finally brought out an edition of the Ford Explorer vehicle for the collection. And I couldn't be more thrilled, because I really love the way they designed these vehicles and modified them for use in the film. And this particular edition is no exception. And the best part is like the rest of the Legacy Collection, I've been able to find these toys at Target with very little effort.
Turn the light off, turn the light off.
The Jurassic Park Ford Explorer comes with the Tyrannosaurus Rex Escape Pack, which is a Target exclusive that's part of the Jurassic Park Legacy Collection, which currently focuses on toys and figures from the original film. Now, much like the Dennis Nedry with Dilophosaurus and Jeep from a few months ago, this comes with a figure, a dinosaur, and a vehicle. This is the first time in the Legacy Collection that we have received one of the two Jurassic Park Ford Explorers, and it looks really good. What I loved the most about the Legacy Collection, which I said in my original video, is that this is a back-to-basics action figure line. 3 3/4-inch figures with compatible vehicles and creatures. No frills, nothing that really breaks, everything that you need, nothing you don't. The Ford Explorer itself is painted relatively accurately to the original Jurassic Park vehicle props. It has 4 opening doors, it has a working steering wheel, and it has accommodations for 4 action figures. What sets this vehicle apart from the Jeeps in the Legacy Collection, and it was something that I was wondering about when they announced this vehicle, the skylight actually springs downward so the T-Rex can attack the occupants in the Explorer just like she did in the film. The T-Rex is scaled and colored to match the beast in the original Jurassic Park. I know in my mind that it's correctly scaled based on the size of its head versus the Explorer's doors, but I will admit that after having the giant T-Rex for so long that I reviewed in my original video, this T-Rex is always going to look a little too small to me, even though I know it's correct. Yes, the other T-Rex is Godzilla-sized, but that makes it more of a threat in a play scenario, whereas this one now feels too small. And again, that's my perception. That's not Mattel's fault. Mattel did the correct job on this T-Rex. The other thing I'll say is that while it's fun to do the mouth opening feature on this new T-Rex, it has a button on the back of its neck, and when you press it, it allows the jaws to open up real fast in a big, yelling, screaming, eating pose. That means that the jaws are not articulated. So you can't pose this or display this T-Rex with the mouth open. It always has to be closed unless you're playing with it, which is fine because that means Mattel leaned into toy, not display piece, and I salute them for that. But just to make you aware, you're not going to be able to do much with this T-Rex on a shelf aside from it standing there and just kind of grinning at you. However, if you give it to a kid and a kid wants to play with a dinosaur, then it is 100% perfect. This set does come with an action figure, and it's Tim Murphy, and he comes with the night goggles that he finds in the Explorer during the scene. This is where the set starts to show its shortcomings. Tim Murphy himself as an action figure is just fine. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with his accessory. It fits on his head real well, very brightly colored, just like the original prop, very durable, no complaints. The problem is, this is a very specific scene, and Tim Murphy is a very small action figure. If it's the Tyrannosaurus attack, I would really want his sister to have been included. Because when Gennaro runs away and leaves them in the Explorer, and he runs off to that little porta potty, that's the tension of the scene, is that they're both there. So this was an opportunity for Mattel to give us the brother and sister action figures to round out that missing link in the Legacy Collection. And they opted not to do that, which is really disappointing because I would have paid a few extra bucks to get her at the same time, so they were all in the scene together. I do feel like this is a big miss for this set. It does make the set feel incomplete. I mean, ideally, I would love to have had Gennaro as well, because he's such a useless character anyway that it would have been good to just pack him in with this set. But Gennaro isn't essential. Lex and Tim are essential to this scene.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
So Lex not being in this set with the Tyrannosaurus, the Explorer with the breakaway sunroof, it really does feel incomplete. If you know Jurassic Park like the back of your hand like I do, Lex, Tim, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Explorer, that's the set. So why Mattel opted not to include her is very frustrating. Lastly, I'd just like to point out how well this set is coming together. The Legacy Collection really meshes well with each additional set and figure that comes out. It truly is starting to look like the definitive Jurassic Park action figure collection. Now, I know there are going to be some people who are always going to have gripes with these figures. I've seen some of that in the chat. I've seen some of that on social media. But I really like these characters. Based on what we're getting from the toy industry right now and a lot of other lines, I think these figures, with their vehicles, with their creatures, are more than we ever could have hoped for in 2021. And the fact that they're much easier to find than other lines in stores and seem to be getting stocked appropriately is a big help. So yeah, I'm really happy with the Jurassic Park Legacy Collection. Barring a few missteps with Nedry and his Jeep, and not getting Lex in this set was a real question mark. But I'm sure she'll come out in the next wave, I hope, eventually. Because once we have Lex, yeah, we're missing Gennaro, but I don't think anybody really misses Gennaro if they never get around to him. But Lex really is essential. So once she comes out, this is going to start feeling like a really complete toy line. I know I haven't gotten the Brachiosaurus yet, but it's simply because I don't know what I'd do with it. Because in Jurassic Park terms, to me, the dinosaurs are the adversaries and the threat. And since a Brachiosaurus isn't really a threat, whereas a raptor and a T-Rex is, I do admit I tend to deprioritize that toy, as well as some of the other dinosaurs that have come out somewhat generically in the Jurassic World line that could integrate into this. I just don't have a drive to go get the herbivores, I'll put it that way. As far as what Jurassic Park represents for me when I think about it, the Legacy Collection is really bringing it all together. And I couldn't be happier, because in 1993 I was getting too old to buy toys and I didn't get the Kenner toys. And looking back at them, they are very stylized. They're very 90s, very super muscular, buff. At some point I will review them on the channel when I get around to collecting them. But right now, I'm really, really impressed with the Mattel Legacy Collection. I really like collecting it. I like seeing the new figure add to the collection, add to the display. And that, I think, is the simplest thing we can say about collecting, is that putting that new figure into the group and then feeling like, you've gotten the collection one step closer to being, visually outstanding. That's what this Explorer with Tim and the T-Rex really achieves. But I'll still display that ginormous T-Rex somehow, because it's just too fun.
Boy, no, I hate being right all the time.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to see more videos about Jurassic Park, you can watch our original Jurassic Park Legacy Collection review here. Or you can see my review of the Nedry, Jeep, and Dilophosaurus set here. And now I'm going to figure out where to put these. Did you see how I flubbed that? I might as well not even finish this outro.